It's time to peel back the layers of real estate. Find a better deal, propertyonion.com.
Hi, good morning to you. My name is Tony Stern. I'm the co-founder of propertyonion.com, and I welcome you to this roundup of all the auction results from the 4th of March through to the 8th of March inclusive at the Florida and Ohio county auctions. I hope to do this on a weekly basis for you and to make sure that you are reminded to look at this to this broadcast. If you subscribe to YouTube, you can hit the subscription button and the reminder bell. You can subscribe to propertyonion.com and get all the information that I'm going to give you in the next 10 minutes. And you'll be able to do some of the stuff that I'm going to show you yourself, like, for instance, the overview of what happened in Ohio and Florida this week. So let me share my screen. There we go. And I can tell you that 167 properties changed hands in Ohio and Florida. And as I said to you, this spreadsheet was actually exported out of propertyonion.com, and you can do this yourself. If you go there, you apply all the filters, and you can then export up a spreadsheet like this. In this case, my assistants have helped me, which is why it's so neat and perfect and color-coded. But I can tell you that out of the 167 properties that sold, the market value was $36,455,314, and the money that changed hands at the auction that people paid for these properties was $23,150,117. Now, that represents 36.5% under market value. Now, that doesn't mean that every property was sold at 36.5% under market value. It just means that on average across Ohio and Florida, the properties that were bought in auction went for 36.5% under value. So it's useful to know that. And it's why a lot of people attend the Florida auctions and the Ohio auctions. So let me take a pick of 3 of these particular properties that come from these auctions. And I looked at them very briefly this morning, and I took my first pick from the Broward. There we go. What you see here is the results of the Broward County auction. Now, what I would like to tell you is that if you are a free member of propertyonion.com, you will get these emails sent to you directly, and you can see, as you've got here, what was the cheapest deals that sold in Broward, what was the highest deals that were sold in Broward, and then also we will give you all the upcoming auctions for the next month. Now, what you can do is you can go to your Property Onion profile, which you'll get when you join propertyonion.com, and ask for 10 other counties to be sent to you as well. So you're not just stuck to your home county. But anyway, let me go through and show you one of the deals that I looked at. And you can imagine, I didn't have so much time to look at every single deal in depth, but I'm just skimming through. And I've been doing this business a very, very long time. I don't know what it is, some sort of gut instinct that tells me that, what is a good deal and what isn't. So there was one here that was 1771 Northwest 58th Avenue. And it's this one here. So let's take a look at it on the Property Onion website, and they're townhomes. Now, my other hat is that I build townhomes. It's what I like to do, and I know it quite well. And what I liked about this deal was that the POV, which is the Property Onion valuation, it's a proprietary valuation tool that we designed here at Property Onion, all those bright developers and programmers and engineers that we got, and it's 341,357. And that's a solid figure they got for that. And the winning bid was $205,200. So a good $140,000 profit in that. Now, what I will tell you is that I obviously haven't looked at a title report, so I don't know if there's any encumbrances or not. So that would, I'm assuming that the person or people or the company, which happened to be Wolf Masters Inc., did all their due diligence, and they would have used our website, no doubt, to look at the auction information, which we have over here, so you can have a look at all the final judgment documentation and a whole host of other helpful links that help you make a decision on whether you should be bidding on this property or not. Let's take a look at the appraiser information on this property as well. And as you can see, you can check out all the taxes if they've been paid or not been paid. what I like about the Broward County is you've got photographs as well. They take photographs of all the side and front views, which is kind of cool. There's a whole, and I'll show you this on Google Maps. There's quite a street full of this stuff. And let's go back. And then also you can look at the map view, which is what I'm trying to find now. And so, you can see that this is a very nice little area. I think that must be a golf course on the right-hand side. And if not, it should be. And then, but I always take a peek at Google Maps just to get a handle of the area. And as you can see, it's a standard townhome. And what is a street of townhomes or a road of townhomes? But what I like about this is when you buy in roads like this, and as I said, I've been doing this a very, very long time. It's a very solid market. Everybody knows what they're getting. There's no surprises. And this really is, on the surface, looks like a very solid deal. And that the guys that bought this, I think, have done a really good job. And obviously done their due diligence, one would hope, and they've come up trumps. The next property that I liked was in Ohio, in Cuyahoga. Oh, I've said that right. Now, Cuyahoga in Ohio is a very hotbed of property action at the moment. And you can see that 72 sales were last week, the cheapest deals, 72 sales were sold in the Cuyahoga auction. Again, I keep on repeating myself, sign up to propertyonion.com and you can get this email every single Monday. It'll come into your inbox and you can take a look at the deals that sold the previous week and also the deals that are coming up. But while looking at this, and I don't know the Cuyahoga market at all. I mean, I'm going to be really, upfront with you. I just don't know it. And I've got a friend of mine that gets up really early in Cleveland. I always phone him and ask him about certain deals. And so the one that I liked here is 2175 Jackson Boulevard. And I'll show you why in a minute. There we go. That's it. Okay. Very pretty little house. Very pretty little house. And the POV of this, that's the Property Onion valuation, was $201,482. And the auction winning bid was $130,100. And it was bought by Forest City Property Investments. And that would tell you, well, you would hope that these guys are savvy property investors. And so they've done all their due diligence and they've used our site, no doubt, to look at all the case numbers and all the history on the property, etc., etc., etc. Let's look at the appraiser's information on this. And I like the Cuyahoga property appraiser site to an extent, but it's, if you're looking for like a map view, it's pretty tame and you can't do anything with it. So, but what I like about it is the transfers. It's got some good information on it. And, what I noticed about this was, we'll go the second one down, is that this was a probate deal back in 2005. So obviously, unfortunately, someone passed away and someone in the family took it over. And let's see if I've got any more pictures of it here, but we're probably better off looking at it on Google. There is actually sales information on here, I do believe. Has it got values here? Yeah. Well, that actually just tells you some of the tax history. So I won't bother with that. Let's go straight to Google Maps because you'll see why I think it's a nice little deal. There you go. As I said, looks very, very pretty. I mean, look at the whole road. It's a very pretty little suburb of Cleveland. Looks very, very nice, very pretty, very tight. Just a good, solid little deal and a pretty little house. And as I said, it looks like the guys bought this right. I don't know what the condition of it is inside. And as I said, I don't know what the title report showed. But as I said, I think they've done, you can't go wrong with pretty houses. That's what I say. You just can't go wrong with them. And there's a whole street full of them. And it's a good area you can see. So, yeah, I like this one. And lastly, we go to the Polk auction sales. And you can see it's a small county really for auctions, and only six sales last week. And again, I won't go over it. If you like the Polk area, you can subscribe to propertyonion.com and we'll send you the results of the previous week's auctions of Polk County. But there was one property here that I liked, which was 330. I've got to be careful how I say this, Calitris Avenue And here we go. Let me get that up. This is on the propertyonion.com website. And what I like about this, now you're going to see, this actual picture doesn't do it justice. It's $530,000 and some change Property Onion valuation. What I love about it was that the winning bid was $309,000. I keep on saying the same thing. I'm sorry to be boring, but I haven't looked at the title report, and I haven't looked at the encumbrances or anything like that. But it's a cool deal. It's a cool deal. What I actually also want to show you that I'll go back to it actually, I talked about third party. I'll talk to you about it in a couple of minutes because I want to explain to you about third party. Most of you know what I'm talking about, but anyway. So here we are, 530,000. Let's look at the appraiser's information on this. And this is what I saw first of all, right on Lake Agnes. Now, I won't try to pretend that I know where Lake Agnes is. I could not. Well, I know it's in Cleveland. Not Cleveland, I beg your pardon. I know it's in Polk City. And I thought, well, I can't wait to see what this looks like on Google. And, if you can double click on this website that I found out when I was practicing a few hours ago, I meant, that this actually does open up. But I can't get it to do it right now. But let's just go to the Google Map view. And funny enough, actually, the Google Maps actually got the address wrong. So this is it. Okay, this is it. But look at that. Is that not spectacular? I mean, I've never been to Lake Agnes, but I think I'd like to. But what a very, very pretty home. Google Maps got this wrong. It's not 398 Cletras Avenue. It's because I can tell you by just going back to here, you can see that this house sits right on the end of the street and overlooks it. So there you go. So I know that that's absolutely right. But what a pretty road. What a pretty house. And as I said to you, it's you can't go wrong with pretty homes. Everybody loves to buy a pretty home, and my dad always says to me that, if you buy a property with water, you will never ever go wrong, as long as you don't overpay for it, of course. But these guys look like they've done a great job. As I said to you, if we go back, they I think that's worth every penny of $530,000, and these guys here have bought it for $309,000. So anyway, what I'd like to do, if I can, is to just go back to this overall spreadsheet that I sent you. And I think it's very essential that I tell you, more properties did change hands in Ohio and Florida, but I am only reporting on third-party sales. So that's not the sales where the plaintiff won the property back. And by that, I don't want to go into such a deep conversation in the few minutes that I've got for this broadcast. But basically, some banks or the lenders who are the plaintiffs decide that they're going to buy the properties back. And we don't report on those. We only report on third-party sales. That means people who are independent of the bank, of the plaintiff, bought the property. So it's people like me and you and everybody else. So yeah, that's an explanation of third-party sales. What I'd like to show you is, when I went back to the emails you got, I want to show you the coverage area of all the counties that we serve in Florida and Ohio. And here you have these are go-to notifications. So what you do, it's a very young me there. As you can see, there is a comparison between the picture now and the picture you've got off that screen. But these are the counties that we cover in Florida. Let's see if I can take this up a little bit so you can see this a little bit more. So, and all you have to do is tick a box of the counties that you're interested in. There's more down here. So we've got 40 counties here. And in Ohio, we have 11, I believe, at the moment, and it's also growing. You can click up to 10 counties in any particular state, and we'll send you every Monday morning the results of the auction in Florida and Ohio. Okay, guys. Well, look, thank you for joining me. I promise you, in the coming weeks, I'll be a lot more polished, and I'll also be a lot more dexterous and quicker and around the old website here. But what can I tell you? Different generation, but I'm trying to keep up anyway. Look, thank you very much for joining me this morning. You can search our entire database for foreclosure properties in Florida and Ohio, county auctions that is, and by going to propertyonion.com, and I've left a link below there for you, you can easily sign up for free. And as I said, by signing up, you'll get weekly emails like I just showed you, and a list of the upcoming auctions. So anyway, I'll see you next week with another roundup, and have a pleasant week. Thank you for joining me. Bye now.
Find a better deal. Property Onion.